Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with another quick craft with me. This is no like rocket science kind of video, but I'm working on the Sweet Yvonne journal, and I have a lot of like the bulkier ephemera, but I do still need pockets and tags and things like that. So I may be coming back and doing some videos on that, just some more simplified stuff. So I thought I would go ahead and create in Yvonne style, even though we are doing a journal swap. Excuse me. Because our styles are very, very different. Now I do this kind of work, but it's not my natural, normal kind of slant into this paper crafting, bookmaking journey. So I got these pictures from Kleeblatt Creations, and I'm going to be using these images on each of the 3 projects that we're going to be doing today. This is just a simple tag. I'm not even going to make it a tag shape. I love it just like it is. It needs to be inked on the back, but that's just an example. So we've got some embossed paper. We've got a little bit of, this is like a thin like packaging paper, kind of transparent, and then our image. So we're going to be doing a tag shape. I don't think it's going to be quite as tall as that. No, not as tall as, well, we'll see. I don't have a base for this, so I'm going to have to find a base to build on. But that's one of them. And then I'm going to make a tall pocket out of this one with this beautiful image. This is some embossed paper from my stash. It's mixed media paper that I embossed on. So I thought this would be perfect. And Yvonne wants some of my mixed media stuff in her journal, so this is perfect. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to do a tag out of this one. And this paper is, again, is from Kleeblatt Creations. I'll link everything below. This one is from Sweet Pea Curiosities. I don't remember the name of it, but it's absolutely to die for. And this is some pink embossed paper from my stash. And then I just purchased this tissue paper at Hobby Lobby, and I got it in pink with gold dots and white with gold dots. So perfect. So that's that. And then our other one is going to be a tall corner pocket. So it's going to be one that's going to go the height of the page, and it's going to come at an angle like this. Okay. And then I pulled a bunch of my embossed paper. Some of this was old, like this is an older piece. And then some I did new because I didn't really have very many in my stash. So I just did this kind of off camera. And so we've got a few of these to choose from. I love it on this this really vintage paper. This is from a Little Woman book, if I could talk. And this one turned out really, really pretty too. So yeah, so I'm going to set those aside right over here so that I can get to them. And let's go ahead and start with the corner pocket, because I think this one's going to be super easy. I just need to think about how I want to layer it up, because it's not going to be layered kind of symmetrically like our tag one. See how I layered up kind of stacked? It's going to be different than that because we've got an angle that we're working with. So let's decide first on the angle. I'm going to move my mouse. I know I say this almost every time. If I don't move it, I could stop the video. So let me just get that out of the way. Well, I do need it here though, in case I need a pause. There, it's a little bit further away. I'm just grabbing my pencil. And let me give you the measurements for this, this digital. The height is 8 inches. That's perfect. It's not going to go quite to the top of the page, but that's all right. My pages tend to be 8 1/4 by 5 1/4. So I am going to have it go from this corner down to about an inch. So let's just go ahead and make a mark just for the sake of the video. We're going to make a mark here, and then we're going to make a line up to that other corner, and then we're just going to cut it. So I'm just bringing that ruler over, bringing that up to that point. Doesn't have to be exact. And I'm going to just go ahead and make a line, and then we're just going to cut it by hand. Imagine that. Imagine that. So, yeah. I love this paper too. This is I can't think of what the name of it is either. I've used it quite a lot, but I will again link it in the description box or over on the blog. So this is some kind of distressed paper. So if you see distressed paper in the supply list, you'll know it's this one. So there we go. So let's go ahead and ink this really quick. It is printed on the back as well, just because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the paper. So we have this base, and then we have this this image, and I really want this blue to still show. So I'm thinking about doing kind of a rough tear. Debating. I really want this blue in the background paper to show. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. There we go. That's better. And let's just think about this. She needs to be narrower, but I think I want to take the width off of this side. So I'm going to grab my tear ruler here. Okay, I love that. Let's ink this up, just because sometimes inking it up gives me the inspiration for what is next or what's going to look good. So we have that. Love that. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. So now I want to think about how I want to build up around that. And I have absolutely no other pieces here. Clearly did not plan very well. Let's see what I have just right here in my little bin. Let's see. Can build up with a little bit of coffee dyed paper. I am home alone this weekend. My husband took my son and 4 teenage boys fishing. Bravo to them. Bravery right there. But it's a traditional trip, or a tradition trip. So I'm sure that they're having a fantastic, exhausting time. I don't like to be home alone, but you know, it happens, and I want him to be doing what brings him joy as well. So that's a great layer right there. So I love that. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. So I want to see if I can get a little bit of maybe some music page or something in there just to dress that up. I planned this a few days ago, and I've been, as I mentioned in another video, I've been very, very tired, so I haven't been doing a lot of creating. Yeah, I don't like that one. Give me just a quick moment. There we go. I don't tend to have a lot of book page scraps. I don't actually use a lot of book page, to be quite honest. I need to, though. I've got so many books. So I really want that Paris thing to show, so I'm working on that. It means I need to tear that down. The lights of Paris bright. So pretty. Let's see if we can capture that. Kind of like that. That would work well. Let's go up here, and I'm just going to kind of tear this along the same lines as the brown paper, and I'll get rid of the excess. We don't need all that in there in terms of the top. Well, this part is going to be covered, and I'm not going to go ahead and cut that with my scissors just because I don't want to. I want to get it all. so. Okay. And now, since I know this is going to be layered under, I can just tear this piece off and then ink this up, see what we think. Okay, I think I want a tad bit of lace as well. I've got this lace over here, which I pulled out. I mentioned it to you guys in another video. I got it at an antique shop in my in a local coastal town. So it's really it's a little bit stretchy, but it's really fine, you know, very, very thin and fine, which is totally up my alley. So I think I want to put it between those two. So just doing my usual layering kind of thing. We're gonna just put that right there. And so I'm gonna hold that up again and just trim off the bottom. I can feel I'm cutting into the paper. It's not a big deal. Come on, Mrs. Coordinated. Not. Okay, let's just, well, actually we don't even need all that. So let me just trim that like so. Let's just start gluing and see what happens. Just a little bit of collage and layering is what I meant. I want a piece of vellum if I can find one here. I turned my whole basket upside down, so the old stuff is now on the bottom and the new stuff is on. The new stuff is on. The old stuff is on the top. The new stuff is on the bottom. Oh, that'll work. That's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna grab a raggedy edge of that. I just love that layer. A strange piece of vellum though. Yikes. Okay, just love that look peeking through, like right there. Let's just do that right there. I'm going to go ahead and put the glue on the back of the vellum in this case. Normally I use my white glue, but because I'm going over, well, I'm not really touching the lace, but I wasn't thinking about that a second ago. So I'm lining it up to the bottom here, but not to any other place. So right there. I'll probably have to cut off some of that lace there. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. Look at that. Woo! I don't think it needs another thing other than, I feel like, let's see if I've got a needle here that would make my life really easy to do the thing that I want to do next. I do not have a needle in there. Hold on. Shouldn't be too complicated to find a needle in here. Oh, easier said than done. Yeah, look, I've got a needle thing and, oh, there's one needle. Very small needle. Let's see. I want to do a button. I'm feeling like a button. A button, a button, a pretty little button. Hold on. And yes, that is paint or something on the end of my needle, which is making this very, very difficult. I need to buy myself some needles, I think. This is ridiculous. That's okay. I'm sorry I was off camera. I realized for most of that, so I did just go ahead and cut that part out and just brought you back here for the finale, so to speak. Boy, oh boy. It's all good. Okay, we're going to just put her on there. I just want that Lights of Paris bright to show. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on most of the way, like about halfway through this image, just to get it on the base, and then we'll get it glued on the pocket as well. So that is project number 1. And if I decide to put a word or something on it, I'll put it on when I'm off camera, but you'll be able to see it in the photos at the end. So that is a pocket. Now, if I wanted to, I could, let me move this up just a tad. The beauty of Fabri-Tac is I can still move this because I may want to make a gusseted edge here. So if I move it up, I'm going to have more to work with. So I may do that, fold that over, fold this under, and make a gusseted pocket. So that is it. So let's move on to the second one. Let's go ahead and work on this one. This is our tall pocket. So I don't think it needs a lot because this is so beautiful and I don't want to cover it up, but I thought it would be fun to kind of put it like that. But this needs to have something behind it to separate it from the base because the colors are very similar. So just sticking that tiny little useless needle up there. So let's go ahead and tear this down a little bit. I would love to bring in something to bring out the dark in that. So let me just fish through my basket here and see if I can find something that would be, this would be really pretty. Is that too much though? Because we could just make another little collage bit here. That's really pretty. It brings out that exact color. Let's do that. I don't like all this white core. Sometimes I don't mind it, but today I'm not feeling it, so I'm gonna go ahead and just cut that off, and then we'll just distress that edge to make it a little bit better. So I'm thinking I just want to do a little bit of a collage here, similar to what we just did. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this edge off. Let me get my distress tool. Loving that. It's bringing that color out perfectly. So what else do we want then? We have all kinds of choices. I do want to do a thumb notch in the top of this because it's going to be a tall pocket. So let me grab my circle punch, and then it's not going to be a very robust pocket because it's going to be glued straight on the page, because I don't really want to do a gusset on this because it's kind of thickish and I'm just not feeling it. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a thumb notch here in the top. Okay, like about, I don't want to take too much of my image, so I'm going narrow like that. Let's just ink this up and see what she looks like. I'm not sure how much it's going to change the look because it's already gorgeous. I might have a video on my channel for this project, making these papers. If I recall, I do. Let's see if I can remember to link it. Okay, so I'm feeling more fond of that rose than I am the bud over here, but I could go like this and have it look like those flowers are coming out of there. Oh my goodness, I need to zoom out. I was just off camera. There we go. And so it looks like those are coming out, and then we still have a little bit of this rose over here. I think I want to do that, except come on, Cara-Renee. I'm not a big fan of all this green up here, so I might come up like this and diffuse that a little bit. want to make sure that I can see that rose. That's my main thing, that was the purpose of using this paper. So I've succeeded at that. Okay. And let's get a piece of the book page again, or music paper. Let's see. Oh, I didn't even use any of the embossed paper. We could do that. We could do a little bit of this. Let me see. This would be gorgeous. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure how much of it's going to show because it's such a small space and I don't really want to waste it on a small space. So I guess this is all I have. Let's just use the musical note part of this. I'm not really fond of the words. A little bit of music paper there. And I'm just turning that over and just trimming that to the same level as the other layers. In this case, does not have to be like that. And I'm going to go ahead and tear this just to reduce the bulk where I can. And I'm going to ink the edge that's going to be sticking out. Even up that edge a little bit. Love it though. I just feel like this is so beautiful that where do you put it? That it's not going to be, you know, something's going to be lost. I'm just feeling like it needs to be over here for some reason. So I'm thinking, yeah, I don't think I want to make a pocket out of that just because this can be a problem. Sorry, when there's so many layers of paper there. So, okay, let's go ahead and just, although we could make it a corner pocket. Let's do that. We'll glue it, no, because that's the heavier side. So we'll bulk up. We'll just glue it down. Boy, oh boy. Now, I do have some other lace over here I thought I would introduce and maybe put some on the bottom of this. This is some lace or some material I got from Etsy, but I don't think I want to use that. So I'm going to reach behind me for the grungy stuff. See what I got. I need to really secure this because I didn't think about that this is a pocket. So you want to make sure that there's no, probably before I put it in the journal, I'll make sure that I put a piece of paper there or something to help that to not get things stuck. I'm going to just grab a piece of parchment so I don't get a bunch of glue on my desk here and then stick my project in it. So that's perfect. Now we've got this other piece that we can do a rough tear or two. So I'm going to put this on there. It actually might look good like that. Kind of off a little bit. It's different. I'm not sure. I thought this was going to be my easiest one. It's my hardest. Okay, I'm going to do a rough tear on this lace. I love so much. I just love making it look all distressed and torn and messy, and it's got holes in it and it's been worn and beautiful by somebody. So I don't want that large, long thread though. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can put this behind here somehow. Oh, that's really pretty. I love it. Again, it's not very visible. It's very, very mysterious. So I like it though. And I'll probably put a word or something over there. I'm going to glue this one all the way down. I'm trying to get ahead on my videos this weekend so that I can spend some time after work this week working on finishing the Winter Wonder Journal #2 so I can get that up on the channel to flip through. I haven't even put the signatures together. I mean, I have the pages, but I haven't done anything with the actual cover yet. Cover's made, but I haven't done anything further. I love that, and I love that they're coming up out of those, the flowers coming up the top of those. So that is really pretty. So that is our pocket #2. Again, I may come through and put a word or sentiment or something on there, but that's beautiful. Super happy with that. So we are off to the last one. So the last one is going to be a tag in similar style as I did off camera with my prototype. And I'm going to go ahead and just evaluate what width I want this to be. So, well, it needs to be not much wider than the card here. So it means we're going to have to tear this down, which embossed paper is difficult to tear down, but we're going to try it, okay? So I'm going to just try this one of these edges first and see what happens. Oh, not too bad. This is cardstock, like scrapbook paper cardstock, so that wasn't too bad at all. So I'm going to again put this here. It's not very tall though. That's the only thing. We can take some off this image though. There's a lot of unused space. So let's do that. Let's do that. So that we get a little bit more. We want some opportunity here to get some other layers in. So I'm going to tear some off the bottom as well. And let's just continue and rough up the edges too. I don't want to take off much of the pink though, because that's the color I'm focusing on in this particular one. So that's beautiful. Oh my goodness. And I love that sticking out. I think I want to kind of go in the center here. We can trim off the excess. So let's go ahead and trim off or tear off a little bit off this edge. Hopefully it's going to continue to tear well. Perfect. Okay, so that will got a rough bottom there. A rough bottom. Okay, so let's do the same over here. Just using my ruler to kind of guide me here a little bit. I don't want to tear the bottom, the image again, so I'm just trying to, but I want a little bit of that pink to be poking through. That didn't tear very well. Goodness gracious, let's trim that up with the scissors. That's okay. Just a little nodule sticking out. Okay, let's ink this up so we can kind of get a vision again. I think I need to turn this over because I don't like that rough corner that I made up at the top. So we're going to go ahead and get this kind of situated. And we want to use some of this paper because it's absolutely gorgeous. So I thought it would be fun to focus on the rows up here in the top. So let's go ahead and try to tear this down. Let's see, put that there-ish. And then I just want to see, I think I want it to be kind of off to the one side. So just lining that up with my base tag piece here. And then I'm going to give it a tear. And then I'm going to line that up again. I want to see the pink edge, so I'm focusing on that here. And we're going to go ahead and tear this one. Again, I want to see the pink edge. So just tearing it right to the right of that rose. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Oh, love it. Look at that. Okay, we got to get a rough tear on the top as well. And oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. And then this will kind of come down here. And we could actually reverse the... Oh, it's whiter than that though. What? What? Yeah, it's whiter. I need to take some more off of this side. If you guys haven't checked out Sweet Pea Curiosities, you are missing out on some serious paper eye candy. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay. I like that right there. So let's ink that edge up, or ink these edges up rather. I am going to leave all of this in because I think that the tag could use the stability in this case. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to also distress this a little bit by making some creases. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we're going to put that there. Okay, and I want to use some of the embossed paper, so let's pull this over and see what we want to use. I'm actually just really feeling this. I'm not sure why. This is an older one, so I don't know, because I want to be able to use, I want to be able to put a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom. So let me just fish through this stuff here really quickly. This might be pretty as well. So if we get this on here, let's go ahead and tear off this raw edge here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's okay. It happens. It happens. Okay, maybe we need to tear it by hand. Let's see. Oh, I should have kept that a straight edge. Let me fix that, because it's going to kind of go at the top here. I'm going to distress it a little bit, see if I can do that without destroying the paper that's underneath. Doubtful. Yeah, that's okay, because I want this to go like this, a little bit of this separating it, like so. And then that means we need to tear down here. It's risky business. I don't actually have to tear all the way to the bottom, but I am, because I am. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and just tear that down there. We don't need a very big piece. And I'm going to ink the edges. This is very fragile book page, so loving it. Actually, I feel like I want to give a little ink to those roses too, just cause. Okay. Now the question is, do we want the separation, or do we not want the separation? I actually don't want the separation. I think I want this at the top. So let's just do it. Let's not overthink it. I have been overthinking this entire video, so. It's a little bit irregular. It's kind of weird up here, but I like it. Let's be flexible and just go with it, okay? So then this card is going to come up there, and then we're going to put another piece of the embossed paper under here. So we need to get that on, though, before we glue this piece. So let's just see if we can get a bigger piece of this to go down below. Let me just trim that off right at the natural edge of that branch. Tuck that under there. Okay, oh, that's perfect. Look at that. Perfecto. So let me make a pencil mark here. See if I can help myself. Tear this. We'll see. Oh, it's upside down. Ugh, that was not what I wanted. Okay, let's try this again. I will use these scraps, don't you worry. They will not be thrown away. As you see me nipping off precious bits of this paper. So I want it just to go over this edge. I'm going to tear right at those words. Sorry if you guys can't see that. Ish. Okay, let's ink this up and see what we think. This is not what I planned either. I planned on this being a lot simpler. It's okay. I needed to get in the studio and create, so it's been a hard week. It's the anniversary of my mom's death on the 25th. Which was Thursday, I believe. And then Friday was the anniversary of another very important person. And then the next day was my mother-in-law's anniversary of her death. So it's been a week. I mean, not terribly emotional, but it kind of just puts me in a spot, you know, where I'm just processing a lot of things that are sometimes pleasant, sometimes not so pleasant. But, you know, that's life. My relationship with my mom was conflicted at best. I hadn't seen her I saw her once in 30 some years. And I saw her again briefly for a meal before she got diagnosed with her cancer. And that was it. That's all she wrote. So, and then, yeah, the other things I won't talk about, but my mother-in-law, that was just a hard journey. She had dementia, so it was really a tumultuous time for our family, for me to support her. So, oh my goodness, I love this. Look at this, you guys. I think it's absolutely perfect. Okay, let's glue this mama on. And then we are done. I'm sorry if this video has been a little bit, I feel off. Now, often when I watch them back, they're not as bad as they feel. So I'm hoping that it's not. And I'll be back with you with a few things. I've got to do my, let's see, I have to do my Beloved Beauty monthly for April, or for May, I guess, before the first of the month. So I'll be working on that. And then do part 2 of the miniature Aviva journal using the beautiful papers from Sweet Pea Curiosities as well. And so, yeah, and then we're going to do a page in our, oh my goodness, what a contraption. We're going to do a page in the new art journal that we just made. So I'm going to play around with that. I'm just inking this up. It's just too white for me. I'm a grungy girl, so there we go. Awesome. I love it. And this one too, I'm not going to make it into a tag shape. I will put some paper, I believe, on the back. I think this would be hard to write on. But guys, thank you guys for sticking by and for always supporting the channel and being here. And more than anything, thank you for taking the ideas and making them. I absolutely love when I hear that people actually made something that they watched on my videos. That's why I do it. I don't just do it to be here and flap my lips. I do it because I want to inspire people, and I want people to try things, and I want people to find joy in the paper craft. So I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.